You walked into that casino trusting the game. You sat down at that table, swiped that loyalty card, paid that room rate, and genuinely believed, that the deal was straight. It wasn't. What's been happening inside the most powerful casinos in Las Vegas is not bad luck, not market forces, not inflation. It is a coordinated, decades-long system of legal theft, engineered in boardrooms, approved by lawyers, and signed off by regulators who were supposed to protect you. And the worst part? You paid for it willingly, every single time. Hi, my name is Michael, and this is Old Vegas Legends. What Vegas promised you to understand the scam, you have to understand what came before it. You have to go back to the version of Las Vegas that people like me grew up hearing about, and eventually experiencing firsthand. Old Vegas had a deal with the average person. It was unwritten, unspoken, but everybody understood it. The deal went something like this. You come here, you gamble, and yes, the house is going to win over time. That's just math. But in exchange for your money and your time, we're going to treat you right. We're going to give you a cheap room. We're going to feed you a ridiculous amount of food for next to nothing. We're going to pour your drinks for free while you play. We're going to give you a show. We're going to make you feel, even if just for a weekend, like you are somebody. That was the compact. And for decades, it held. In 1975, you could get a steak dinner at the Stardust for $3.99. In 1982, the Frontier was running dollar blackjack tables with 3 to 2 payouts and dealers who knew your name by Saturday night. The Desert Inn had a golf course you could walk onto for practically nothing. The Horseshoe downtown was running poker games where a working man from Indiana could sit across from a professional and have a legitimate shot. The slot machines were loose, not because casino operators were generous human beings, I want to be clear about that, but because competition forced them to be. There were dozens of independent casinos all fighting for the same customer, and if your machines were too tight, that customer walked across the street and never came back. Casinos made their money on volume, on foot traffic, on the guy who came back 4 times a year because he had a great time the last 3, on loyalty built through genuine value. That model worked beautifully for 40 years. Then Wall Street showed up and decided the whole thing needed to be optimized. And once the optimizers got involved, the compact died. The scam has a name: yield management. Here's something they don't put on the welcome sign when you fly into Harry Reid International Airport. The single biggest weapon being used against you as a casino customer right now has nothing to do with cards or dice or spinning reels. It's a piece of software. Actually, it's a whole category of software, and it has a name: yield management. Now, yield management isn't new, and it isn't unique to casinos. The airline industry invented it in the 1980s. The basic concept is simple. You have a fixed inventory, hotel rooms, seats on a plane, table spots on a casino floor, and you use data to squeeze the maximum possible revenue out of every single unit of that inventory at every single moment in time. Airlines used it to charge you $400 for the same seat that the guy next to you paid $90 for. And we all accepted that because, well, what choice did we have? Casinos watched the airlines do this and said, "We want that." By the early 2000s, major resort corporations had begun implementing dynamic pricing systems that could adjust room rates, food pricing, entertainment ticket prices, and even, and this is where it gets dark, the perceived odds and atmosphere of the casino floor itself, in real time, based on demand signals. What does that mean in plain English? It means that when your city is hosting a major convention, or a championship fight, or a holiday weekend, the software identifies peak demand and automatically raises prices across every category simultaneously. Your room that was advertised at $149 a night when you searched in January becomes $279 when you actually book in March, because an algorithm decided you'd pay it. But here's where yield management goes from aggressive pricing into something closer to a scam. The system doesn't just track market demand, it tracks you, your previous stays, your gambling patterns, how much you spent at the restaurants, how long you sat at the slots before walking away, whether you called the front desk to complain about the resort fee or whether you just quietly paid it. If you quietly paid it, congratulations. The software made a note. You are what the industry calls price inelastic. Translation: they can charge you more and you won't leave. and from that moment forward, the algorithm will always try to charge you more. Meanwhile, the marketing department sends you a glossy email with a special offer, an exclusive rate just for you as a valued loyalty member. And that special offer is almost always slightly worse than what a brand new customer would get booking for the first time. They built a system that rewards strangers and punishes loyalty, and they called it revenue optimization. I called it something else, but this is a family channel, sort of. The 6 to 5 blackjack robbery. All right. If yield management is the invisible scam, the one buried in algorithms and pricing software, then what I'm about to describe is the one you can see with your own eyes, right there on the felt, and still miss completely. It's called the 6 to 5 blackjack payout. And if you've been playing on the strip without knowing about this, I'm genuinely sorry. This one stings. Traditional blackjack pays 3 to 2. You bet $10, hit a blackjack, you walk away with 15. Simple, fair. That payout kept the house edge below 0.5%, meaning for every $100 wagered, you'd expect to lose about 50 cents over time, the closest thing to a fair game Vegas ever offered. Then sometime in the early 2000s, some executive, and I truly wish I knew exactly who so we could all send them a very polite but extremely firm letter, decided to change that payout to 6 to 5. Your $10 blackjack now wins you $12 instead of 15. $3 less. Sounds minor, right? Wrong. That single change nearly triples the house edge, from 0.5% to 1.39%. The table looks identical. Same green felt. Same smiling dealer. Nothing tells you that you just sat down at a completely different game. They disclosed it technically. A tiny placard. Print so small you'd need reading glasses and a flashlight and possibly a law degree to find it meaningful. By 2025, 6 to 5 tables dominate the strip. They're especially common on single-deck games, which casinos market as the better deal for players. Fewer decks sounds like an advantage. Paired with a 6 to 5 payout, it's actually worse than a 6-deck shoe at 3 to 2. They took your perceived advantage and turned it into the weapon. Legal theft is still theft. It just comes with it better lawyers. The resort fee laundering scheme. Let me ask you something. When you booked your last Vegas hotel, what price did you see on the screen when you decided to click confirm? Because I guarantee you it was not the price you actually paid. Resort fees are the most visible and most universally despised component of the modern Vegas scam. They are also somehow still completely legal, and the story of how that happened is its own kind of crime. Here's how it works. A hotel advertises a room for $99 a night. You book it. You show up. At checkout, or sometimes at check-in if you read the fine print, you discover that there is also a mandatory resort fee of $45 per night, plus a 13.38% room tax on both the room rate and the resort fee, plus parking. So your $99 room actually cost you somewhere around $170 per night. You've paid 70% more than the advertised price. Now you might be wondering, what do you get for that $45 resort fee? Good question. The answer is, roughly, things you already paid for. Pool access at the hotel you're staying at. Wi-Fi, which has been free everywhere from airport lounges to fast food restaurants since approximately 2012. A fitness center that will have 2 treadmills and a single kettlebell. Sometimes a phone call credit. Sometimes absolutely nothing they can actually define specifically. MGM Resorts raised resort fees twice in 2024. The second increase happened in December, right before the holiday travel season, when they knew cancellation rates would be low. Premium strip properties are now charging $45 to $52 per night on top of room rates. That's before the taxes. The reason this is still legal comes down to a regulatory classification. Resort fees are not considered part of the room rate for advertising purposes. They are classified as a separate amenity charge. This loophole was not accidental. Casino lobbyists spent years working with state regulators to ensure the definition of room rate remained narrow enough that mandatory fees could exist outside of it. The Federal Trade Commission has investigated resort fees multiple times. There have been class action lawsuits. There have been congressional letters. There have been very strongly worded op-eds in every major newspaper in America. And what changed? MGM added a note to their booking confirmation email, a note. One former hospitality executive who worked at a major strip property told industry publication Hotel Management that internal projections showed resort fees added between $40 and $60 million annually to property revenue at a single large resort, not across the whole company, at one building. That's the scale of what we're talking about. The genius, and I use that word with complete revulsion, of the resort fee scheme is that it creates a two-tiered pricing system where the advertised price is a lie and the real price is buried in terms and conditions. The advertised price is designed to win comparison searches. The real price is designed to extract maximum revenue once you're already committed. By the time you find out what you're really paying, you've already booked the flights. The loyalty program, bait and switch. This one is personal for me, and I suspect it's personal for a lot of you too. The casino loyalty program was supposed to be the great equalizer, the mechanism by which the house looked you in the eye and said, "We see you, your business matters, come back and we'll take care of you." That was the promise. And for a while, it was real. Pit bosses knew your name. If you were a genuine regular, the kind who showed up 3 or 4 times a year and played for hours, you got taken care of. Free rooms, free meals, free show tickets, real things with real value. Nobody had to explain the fine print because there wasn't any. Then came the Players Club card. Swipe it, earn points, redeem points. Still simple, still fair. And then the corporations arrived, brought the consultants with them, and everything changed quietly. MGM Rewards rolled out what they called enhanced benefits in 2024. What actually happened was the goalposts moved, way back. The new perks included cruise discounts and rental car partnerships. I want to be clear about something. A discount on a Hertz rental is not a comp. It's a sponsored advertisement you had to lose money to qualify for. Caesars closed their diamond lounges during the pandemic, real spaces where real players could sit down, have a free drink, and feel like their loyalty meant something. Those lounges never came back. What opened in some of those spaces was Vanderpump Aperitif Bar, a concept where you pay for everything. They took your earned benefit and replaced it with a check. And the tier requirements kept climbing. Resort fee waivers at MGM require 75,000 tier credits annually. That's roughly $37,500 in slot play. They built a program that requires you to lose thousands to save dozens. And they called it Rewards, the slot machine conspiracy. I want to be careful here because the word conspiracy gets thrown around a lot, and I'm not talking about anything illegal. What I'm talking about is worse. Because illegal things can be prosecuted. What the slot machine industry has done is completely within the law, and it has cost ordinary players billions of dollars. Let's start with the numbers. The Nevada Gaming Control Board's 2024 data revealed that slot machine hold percentages, that's the percentage of all money wagered that the casino keeps, increased to 7.2% statewide, up from 7.16% in 2023. The Las Vegas Strip held 8.23% from slots. Downtown Las Vegas held 8.47%. Penny slots, the most popular machines on any floor, held nearly 10% of all money wagered. Some downtown properties held 11% from penny slots alone. Contrast that with Reno, where no denomination held more than 6.16%. Vegas slots are among the tightest in Nevada, and they're getting tighter every year. Now here's the technology piece that most people don't know about. Modern slot machines are not mechanical devices with fixed odds. They are computers running sophisticated software. And since the widespread adoption of server-based gaming technology in the 2000s, casino operators have the ability to adjust the hold percentage on a machine remotely without touching the physical device from a central server. That means, on a busy Saturday night during a major convention, a casino can increase the hold percentage across their entire slot floor with a few keystrokes. When the floor empties out on a Tuesday morning, they can loosen the machines to give the illusion of a more generous game. Players who show up Tuesday see wins, tell their friends the casino is hot, and come back Saturday when the machines are tighter than ever. I want to be precise here, because I know some of you are already typing in the comments. Casinos are required to file paperwork with the Nevada Gaming Control Board when they change hold percentages, and there are regulatory limits on how tight machines can legally be set. So this isn't completely ungoverned. But the windows within which they can operate are wide, and the reporting requirements are not exactly rigorous enough to catch real-time manipulation. Then there's near-miss programming. Studies going back to the 1990s have documented that slot machines are programmed to display near-miss combinations, 2 jackpot symbols and one that stops just above or below the pay line, at a frequency far higher than random chance would produce. The near miss creates the psychological illusion that you almost won, which triggers continued play even after a loss. It's not an accident, it's a design feature. A 2015 report from Applied Analysis, the same firm that tracks Vegas tourism data, warned casino operators directly that tightening slot hold percentages hurts long-term revenue because players lose faster and leave sooner. The report was correct. The floors are emptier now. The machines are tighter. The correlation is not subtle. Casino executives read that report and raise the hold percentages anyway, because the quarterly numbers looked better even as the long-term customer base eroded. Wall Street loved it. The players paid for it. The Players Club data harvest. Here's something that has never been in a casino's television commercial. The loyalty card you swipe at the slot machine is one of the most sophisticated behavioral data collection instruments in the American consumer economy. Every time you insert that card, the casino system logs your session, how long you played, which machines you chose, how much you bet per spin, and how you responded to wins versus losses, whether you increased your bet after a win or a loss, how long you sat with a zero balance before either reloading or walking away, how long your total session lasted. That data is aggregated into a behavioral profile that casino analytics teams call a player development file, and that file is used to do 2 things simultaneously. First, to identify and cultivate high-value players, the ones whose patterns suggest they'll keep coming back and keep spending. Second, and this is the part nobody puts in the welcome email, to identify players whose behavioral patterns resemble those of problem gamblers. Now, you might think, identifying problem gamblers sounds like a responsible thing to do, and it can be. Some casinos do use this data to flag players for responsible gambling interventions. But the same data is also used by casino hosts to identify players who are the most emotionally invested, the least likely to walk away, the most responsive to targeted offers designed to bring them back when they've been away too long. The mailer you get after you haven't visited in 60 days, the one with the free room offer and the $30 in free play, that isn't a coincidence. The algorithm flagged your absence and automatically generated an incentive calculated to be just generous enough to bring you back, and not $1 more. The data collection has expanded beyond the casino floor. Casino apps now track your location, your browsing behavior, and your purchase history across partner merchants. If you book a restaurant outside the casino ecosystem during your Vegas trip, the system notes that you spent money somewhere they didn't capture it. The next offer you receive will include a restaurant credit, not because they want to be generous, because they want every dollar you spend in Las Vegas to pass through their ecosystem. One former casino analytics director, speaking to a gaming industry publication in 2023, described the player development process as, quote, farming. You identify the soil, you plant the seeds with targeted offers, and you harvest at the optimal moment. The soil is people. Think about that the next time you swipe your card. Who knew and when? The paper trail. Here's what makes all of this a scam rather than just aggressive business practice. The people running these casinos knew exactly what they were doing, knew the harm it would cause, and did it anyway. We don't have to speculate about this because they told us themselves, sometimes in earnings calls, sometimes in regulatory filings, and sometimes with a frankness that is genuinely breathtaking. Caesars Entertainment CEO Tom Reeg said in a 2023 analyst call, in reference to deliberately driving away lower spending customers, "You're kicking out the lowest end. I see no reason that needs to stop or would stop." That is the CEO of one of the largest casino companies on earth on a recorded call, explaining that his company's strategy involves intentionally eliminating a category of customer. He said it out loud, without apology. MGM CEO Bill Hornbuckle told investors in February 2025 that MGM aimed to capture $150 million in operational efficiency in the coming year, and confirmed the company had already reduced full-time headcount across Las Vegas, while deploying digital interfaces to replace customer service staff. That's a reduction in hospitality at a hospitality company, announced to applause from investors. Industry reports commissioned by casino companies themselves warned against the trajectory they were pursuing. A 2015 Applied Analysis report told casino operators directly that tightening slot holds would hurt long-term revenue. They received the report. They raised the holds anyway. Internal compliance documents from multiple major casino companies, referenced in Nevada gaming control board filings over the past decade, show that executives were repeatedly briefed on customer dissatisfaction metrics, declining loyalty program engagement, and rising complaint volumes. The response in nearly every documented case was not to address the underlying value proposition. It was to improve the marketing language around the existing extractive practices. They knew the loyalty programs were delivering less value. They sent better emails. They knew the resort fees were generating consumer hostility. They added more prominent disclosure in the booking flow. They knew the slot machines were driving players off the floor faster. They made the machines more colorful. The problem was never misunderstood. It was managed. And managing a problem you understand completely and choose not to solve is not negligence. It is a decision. The human cost numbers are easy to argue with. People aren't. Holly Lang, a cocktail waitress at a major strip property with more than 15 years on the floor, told a reporter in 2024, "I'm seeing a lot less tips than I normally would. We've definitely got a lot less foot traffic and a lot less people gambling. Her income is commission on generosity, and when the casino extracts every possible dollar from a visitor before they ever sit down at a table, there's nothing left for Holly." A Las Vegas server documented that his tip revenue in the summer of 2024 dropped by nearly half compared to the same period in 2023. He attributed it to a combination of reduced foot traffic, aggressive upselling that left guests feeling hostile by the time their food arrived, and what he called a total collapse in the vibe of the room. One dealer at a strip property described watching a family, 2 parents and 2 teenagers, spend 20 minutes trying to figure out whether they could afford to eat at the hotel restaurant before quietly leaving and coming back with food from a convenience store down the street. They were staying at that hotel. They just couldn't afford to eat there. A TikTok creator who works as a strip waitress posted in 2024 that the previous summer she had been making between $300 and $500 per shift in tips. That same shift, 1 year later, she walked home with $124. She said it with the kind of flat, exhausted delivery of someone who has already done all their crying about it. These are not abstract statistics. These are people who built their lives around an industry that decided they were a cost center. The dealers who got let go from Fontainebleau in May 2025, 60 of them, walked out with 2 weeks severance from a resort that cost $3.7 billion to build. The math on that disparity should make you feel something. And the tourists who left, the ones who did the calculation and decided that a week in Cabo at an all-inclusive was a better deal than 3 nights on the Strip. A travel agent interviewed for an industry publication put it as plainly as anyone I've read. When you can go to Mexico cheaper than Las Vegas, you go to Mexico. Vegas used to be a big seller. Hardly anyone asks anymore. The reckoning, where it goes from here. The numbers are in, and they are not good for the casino industry. June 2025 saw 3.1 million visitors to Las Vegas. That's an 11.3% drop from June 2024, nearly 400,000 fewer people. For the first half of 2025, visitation dropped 7.3% overall. That's more than 1,100,000 fewer visitors walking the Strip compared to the same period the year before. Strip gaming revenue fell 3.9% in May 2025 compared to May 2024. That marked 4 consecutive months of decline. Downtown Las Vegas saw an 11.3% revenue drop in June. Hotel occupancy on the Strip dropped from 88.5% to 85.3% in May 2025. Weekend occupancy, the lifeblood of the leisure travel market, fell from 93.4% to 89.9%. Casino consultant Oliver Lovett told NPR in August 2025, "If you're looking for a bargain, because of the way that Las Vegas has changed, it's no longer a bargain destination." That's not a travel blogger saying that. That's an industry consultant, someone casinos pay for advice, saying it publicly on national radio. Caesars CEO Tom Reeg acknowledged in a 2025 earnings call that Las Vegas, quote, started leaking as a market in June and expected the third quarter to remain soft. The man who said he saw no reason the elimination of lower-end customers should stop is now watching the consequences of that philosophy show up in his quarterly filings. Some properties are making small corrections. Resorts World eliminated resort fees. The Nevada Gaming Control Board is considering some rule changes around private gaming. Tourism consultant Desiree Stokes-Bloom recommended a moratorium on resort fees to restore value to the destination. But here's the honest truth. The corporations that own the Las Vegas Strip are publicly traded companies answerable to shareholders who demand growth every quarter. The same structural pressure that created the scam is still in place. Changing it would require casino executives to voluntarily accept lower short-term margins in exchange for long-term customer loyalty. And nothing in the last 20 years suggests they're capable of making that choice. University of Nevada, Las Vegas economics professor Stephen Miller has predicted a slow contraction through 2026. Poker Palace, a family-owned casino in North Las Vegas that had operated since 1974, announced it would close permanently in October 2025, laying off 126 employees. The institution that survived the mob era, the corporate takeover era, and a global pandemic could not survive the current era of optimization. The ocean is drying up. The whales they're chasing are not enough to fill it. And the millions of regular players who used to fill the rooms and the floors and the buffets and the bars are sitting at home, or in Mexico, or at their local tribal casino, doing the math on why Vegas doesn't feel worth it anymore. So, here we are. That's the dirtiest casino scam in Las Vegas history. And the dirtiest part of all of it is that none of it required a single person to break the law. Every piece of this, the yield management algorithms, the 6-to-5 tables, the resort fees, the loyalty bait and switch, the tightening slot holds, the data harvesting, all of it was done in plain sight, with regulatory approval, with legal counsel, and with full knowledge of exactly what it was doing to the people it was being done to. The house didn't need to cheat. It just needed to quietly rewrite the rules and hope you weren't paying attention. Most people weren't, and that's on us too a little bit. I include myself in that. I swiped that card for a long time before I started asking what they were doing with the data. But I also want to be clear. The city of Las Vegas is not dead. The magic is not completely gone. There are still dealers who love their jobs, restaurants that deliver genuine value, and moments on that strip at 2 in the morning that feel like nothing else on earth. That's real, that still exists. What's gone is the compact. The understanding between the casino and the ordinary player that said you are valued here, your business matters, and we will treat you accordingly. That compact has been broken, and until the industry rebuilds it, the visitor numbers will keep falling and the floors will keep emptying. I want to hear your story. Have you felt the squeeze firsthand? Did you sit down at a blackjack table before realizing it was paying 6-to-5? Did you get hit with a resort fee that doubled your room rate? Did your loyalty points disappear or your comp lounge close? Tell me in the comments. Every story matters. Every story is data that these corporations would prefer you keep to yourself. If this video opened your eyes, hit the like button and subscribe to Old Vegas Legends. We are here every week documenting what's happening to the city we love, the betrayals, the closures, the scams, and occasionally the wins. Because somebody has to tell the truth about what's happening to this city, and that somebody is us. Thanks for watching. I'm Michael, and I'll see you in the next one.